Hi, Becca Bronfman here, and I'm sitting with Fred of The Fred Show. Hello, Fred.
It's a pleasure to be here with you, Becca.
Oh, it's my pleasure to interview the greatest interviewer of all time. Now, I'm so honored to be sitting with you, Fred. Now, you've been in broadcast journalism a long, long time, and on The Fred Show, how does it feel?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm aiming for 50 years. Who knows if we'll make it? I'm not going to ask you if you've made it or not, but
don't ask that.
I have a lot of history. I've interviewed a lot of famous people.
Yes.
And people say, why another farewell tour? Well, there is a reason for that. Something new always keeps happening.
Yeah.
So every time I say farewell, I turn around, I open the paper, something else has happened.
Yes.
This is Dad's, seventh farewell tour? He says it's his fourth. It's his seventh. He always says he's going to retire. He's always going to retire, and then it never happens. The world's going to end before he retires. And I mean, literally, the world is going to end. If you think all these natural disasters are global warming, no. Look up Revelations.
Tell me more about your son, Michael, and the special relationship you must have.
Well, frankly, he's a pain in the ass.
Oh!
Always with the hard-hitting questions and getting to the bottom of things. I just like to kind of kick back and get to know people. Michael is, he's such a pain in the butt, as I said. He's just always for the facts, and he gets a little too serious with with her, I just want to say, come on, let's go out to dinner. What are your thoughts? Who's your favorite movie star? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? There's a good one.
And your niece? As a little girl, she must have been just as smart as a whip even then.
Very smart. Yeah, very intimidating. I couldn't talk to her. She
intimidating?
Always knew something.
My mom suggested I do an internship with Uncle Fred. She thought that I might learn something that I don't already know, which is difficult. I know most things.
She's the only one with a degree in journalism. She went to Harvard.
Oh.
Yeah. And she also has a degree in law. Got me out of some legal scrapes. I say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Charlie Sheen, we did a whole interview in New York. He was bored to tears a couple of years ago. He said, there's nothing to do in New York. We went to get in one of those horse and carriages, around the Central Park. And my cameraman taught him how to smoke a cigarette through his nose. And he was fascinated with that.
I imagine he was. Yeah. Just between you and me. Just pretend it's you and me anyway. Tell me something about yourself that people don't know.
A lot of times I'll do an interview with people I don't know a darn thing about.
Yeah.
And at the end of the half hour, I haven't learned a darn thing.
Most of our major differences is I do most of the work and Dad kind of gets the glory for it. And that's fine. I mean, I love my father, but you can't pick your parents, is what my therapist says. I wish Dad would die. I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think that's the only way I'm ever going to get to take over.
Well, now, I understand that you're going to bring the vault back to the Fred Show. Now, tell me about the vault.
Brenda? Is it Brenda?
No, Becca.
Becca. We did such wonderful interviews.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back and bring back some of the people who are no longer with us. That's a euphemism for being dead.
Ah. Well, I am looking forward to a whole new season of The Fred Show. Fred, will you ever retire? Will you? Please say no.
I guess I'd say like what Alex Rodriguez said, they're going to have to tear the uniform off of me.
Oh.
But my son will carry on. He's a pain in the ass, though.
Yeah.
All the time, why, what? Just forget about it. Ask people what they had for dinner last night. But the great thing about this tour, we can talk to anyone. We can go any place. People want to be interviewed. And they know I'm not going to expose them for something that they are. I'm just going to ask the softball questions.
Yes.
Just have a lot of fun. This is Fred Winston-Salem and
Michael Winston-Salem.
Saying that's it for now. Tune in next week when our interviewees will be President Barack Obama.
And Snooki.
Snooki? That's it. See you then. Have a good day.
You just called me a pain in the ass. I was watching on the monitor.
Did I say that? That's
yeah, you said it like 3 times.
You can be a bit of a pain, though.
Well, so can you.
I know.
And I didn't say a word.
Oh, no?
No.
Good, thanks. That's a good guy.